In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss talked about some new details of Matrix Resurrections. The article also includes never-before-seen photos of the film. It was also announced that Reeves and Moss will be presenters at the Game Awards, and there are rumors that something new related to the Matrix will be revealed during the ceremony. And also today, it was announced the premiere date of the second Matrix Resurrections trailer. Today we will be talking about the most important Matrix news stories of the week. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Entertainment Weekly asked the actors Carrie-Anne Moss and Keanu Reeves about their experiences working on the Matrix franchise, specifically Matrix 4. The actors talked about when they received Lana Wachowski's request to return to the Matrix. Moss also mentioned how surprised she was when she learned how Trinity and Neo return.
The way that she was able to bring us back into this is master storytelling. And when I read it for the first time, I was with Keanu reading it at a table. You know, going to that reading, I had no idea how were we going to go back to this world. I fantasized it in my mind like 3 different scenarios. I was nowhere close. I would never have guessed in a million years that we would go in this direction and tell the story in this way.
They both talked about how Wachowski has evolved as a director.
In general, when that zone, Lana has a real gift for creating this zone, this creative bubble. And once that bubble, like all the preparation has been laid down and then she kind of opens this bubble and she calls action, it felt pretty magical.
Yeah, definitely the way that I guess this biggest thing fundamentally was her kind of attraction to natural light, right? It's probably more than attraction.
She loves it.
Yes.
We were spending many days, the ADs would be looking at sunset and sunrise. And
yeah. So I think that and this, she was definitely participating more with the movement of the camera, interested in natural light. Whereas before she would direct and looking at things through the monitor, now she's standing next to the camera operator and she's moving the camera operator. So that distance from here to there and that to be that kind of filmmaker is extraordinary. It's vast.
I think she really loves that. And that's what I could really see too. She loves to be right in there. She wants to enjoy every moment of it.
We have talked about how methodical and structured the making of the Matrix trilogy was. There is a book written and published on the creation and history of the movies titled The Art of the Matrix. There is a common question when creating art, and that is whether art loses its luster if it's perfectly planned. Over the years, the Wachowskis moved away from the traditional system of making movies where everything must be controlled and began to experiment with riskier methods, such as relying on natural sunlight.
You know? And maybe in the beginning it was more structuralist, and this was more abstract expression, but still kind of maybe still creating a similar form. You know?
And this is why this sequel is aesthetically different. Another important fact about the filming of Matrix Resurrections is that when making a movie, rehearsal shots are usually done so that the actors are familiar with the scenes. However, Lana was not interested in practicing. Her way of filming was unconventional.
And you really feel that.
And more interested in doing than rehearsing. So more, we didn't rehearse as much and then just kind of do
takes.
It. Yeah, long takes.
Camera running, and going back, and she's throwing things to us in the middle of the world. And it was as if she was completely another part of the dance. And there was a lot of freedom in that as well. At least I felt quite free with that style of shooting.
Another interesting part of the interview is when they talked about jumping off the building. This scene was one of the first Matrix 4 internet leaks where 2 people jump off a building. It was later confirmed that it is Reeves and Moss who jump off the roof.
Well, again, it's the training up to it that I think I'm the most fond of, because it takes levels of overcoming whatever you need to overcome. And I invested a lot of time in overcoming any fear of jumping off that building. And I remember sitting at the kitchen table with my husband, and he's like, "You really gonna do this? Are you gonna do it?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Really?" And I was like, "Absolutely. I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but I know I'm gonna get there." And it was, again, training. And I wouldn't, doing it with him, holding hands to do it, something I'll never forget.
Yeah, it's fun.
It was really fun.
The actors have done a lot of their own stunts in the previous movies. The Matrix trilogy was one of the first action movie franchises where the actors had to perform their fight scenes. Entertainment Weekly also posted images of Matrix 4. The first picture is of the new faces of the film: Toby Unramir, Erendira Ibarra, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, and Jessica Henwick. Bugs, Lexi, Morpheus, and Unramir's character are gathered inside the simulation. As we've mentioned in a previous video, it is strange to see an operator inside the Matrix, much less with such strange technology attached to his body. Unramir's character was also seen interacting amicably with a machine outside of the simulation in one of the TV spots. So far, we think that Unramir's character is an operator that also enters the simulation and is friendly with the machines. The next photograph is of Bugs leading Neo to the door. Part of this scene is in the trailer, but thanks to this picture we notice something new. Neo is wearing pajama pants. Maybe Neo woke up from a nightmare and went up to the roof of his building. Maybe he is the one that we saw in a previous TV spot, where there is a lonely person on the roof of a building at night. We also see that on Bugs' clothes, there is a design of a carrot. Remember that she also has a tattoo of a white rabbit, as in Alice in Wonderland. The next image is from the fight scene between Neo and Jonathan Groff. Many of the TV spots have clips of this scene. You can see clearer that it is Gruff who is fighting Neo. The next bit of news is of the announcement that Reeves and Moss are going to be at the Game Awards as presenters. The ceremony is one part for awarding the best video games of the past year, and the other part is world premieres and announcements of new video games. It could be that a new trailer for the film will be revealed at the awards show, but several leaks indicate that it may be something new, an interactive experience. That is all we can say for now. The Game Awards will be on December 9th. Bit of news is from Jessica Henwick talking about the important decision she had to make to be in the film. Entertainment Weekly also interviewed the actress, who explained how she got her role and that she had to turn down Marvel to be in The Matrix. And I quote, "She'd been offered a chance to screen test for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, just as she'd also been asked by Warner Brothers to do a chemistry read with the actors who would play Morpheus for Resurrections. It was a real red pill, blue pill moment for me," she recalled. Since both studios knew about the other's offer, they both said that she could only audition for one or the other. Pretty risky when you don't know if you'll get either role. In the end, Henwick went with Resurrections since the Wachowskis' universe was less of a sure thing. "I just knew that it was now or never. I knew that joining the Matrix is not an opportunity you get every day," Henwick said, though she described her time with Marvel TV as wonderful. End quote. A very tough decision indeed. Marvel Studios releases several movies and series annually, so in the future, Henwick could have another chance to appear in a Marvel project, but being in the Matrix is probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This legendary franchise has been dormant for almost 2 decades, and Matrix Resurrections could be her last chance to be a part of it. But before we finish, today's big news story is that tomorrow, Monday, December 6th, the tickets for Matrix Resurrections will go on sale, and to commemorate the occasion, the long-awaited second trailer for Matrix Resurrections will be released the same day. A sneak peek at the trailer showed Priyanka Chopra and Jada Pinkett Smith, who now has a very different look, but we will talk about that in tomorrow's video. There are still many more interviews and photos to cover leading up to the premiere of The Matrix Resurrections. But do you agree? Did Jessica Henwick make the right choice, choosing The Matrix over Marvel? Do you think that a new Matrix video game will be announced at the Game Awards? For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.